To all my retail investors out there, will history repeat itself when it comes to meme stocks surging as it did in 2021? Due to world events and inflation, hedge funds were able to take advantage of the markets and end 2022 with some large gains. Hedge funds such as Citadel Securities came out of 2022 with about $28 billion in revenue. I'm sure there will be questions arise that how is Ken Griffin at Citadel Securities able to come out with massive gains over 2022 when there are other hedge funds out there that have been struggling as much as retail investors? Because with the broader market coming down, it also affects these hedge funds and their long, less risk plays. There's a clip I want to share with you all in this video from CNBC where they discuss how retail investors have been lining hedge funds' pockets all 2022. And it's not by coincidence that Ken Griffin with Citadel Securities is one of the most successful hedge funds during the year 2022. And if you haven't noticed, there are meme stocks that have reached their pre-squeeze levels from 2021 coming into 2023. But one fact about it is that a lot of retail investors are still holding on to these plays, and for many different reasons. But the corruption and manipulation that happened in 2022 may be brought to light in 2023. CPI inflationary data that just got released yesterday shows a slow in inflation that may continue into 2023. And with that being said, the broader market may start to go into a bullish reversal. If you like this information, like and subscribe, and we're going to get right into the video clip. Let's go.
You know, for people sitting at home, other than qualifying to put their money in some of these, what are the lessons to be learned that you basically have to have leading edge, you know, artificial intelligence, technology, algorithms, you name it, to just kind of outsmart and outpace the markets? Or is there something, what more do we know about how they were able to generate this alpha?
Yeah, so the lesson here, it's really hard to beat the market. And frankly, it's gotten harder during the course of my career, the course of people's careers on Wall Street. There's very little alpha, outperformance, getting information, that whole information advantage that hedge funds used to rely on. That's gone by the wayside. And instead, it's people taking a long and a short position on maybe two stocks within the same industry. I'm really simplifying it. But that's a way to make a bet without worrying and relying on the overall market going higher. So there are aberrations that do arise in the market. And frankly, it's because people like you and me, or at least me, and the fear and the greed of the individual investor. And the more we talk about these meme stocks and people taking, getting into stocks that are going to go bankrupt, let's say, or potentially going to go bankrupt, like Bed Bath & Beyond, the strategies that can take advantage often are the quantity ones.
Yeah, so in fact, the very sort of non-efficient crowdsourced move in the meme stocks is generating alpha for the hedge funds that profit on these kinds of arbitrage strategies.
Yeah, exactly. And frankly, that's where the talent's going. They have these things called pods, where they have groups of people, and the people running these firms, in other words, Millennium, for example, and Two Sigma, some others, they can allocate capital where it's most appropriate, and they can also do risk management. And frankly, they just have a big advantage over the kind of smaller funds, and we're seeing the performance reflected accordingly.
So message to the Reddit forums. If you don't want to feed the outperformance of hedge funds, maybe don't create opportunities that they can exploit.
Listen, I don't want to cause any backlash on Twitter and getting emails, but yeah, in general, the millenniums and the renaissances love volatility in the market, and they love people getting in, individual investors. And frankly, historically speaking, they don't do quite as well as, I don't want to say the hedge funds, but some pros. So we are susceptible to the feed and the greed and fear, and they can often take advantage.
Fascinating. Greg, you know it all. Thanks for joining us. Great to see you again.
Go.